Hey folks, yeah, I need to get something off my chest. If you noticed in my videos over the last year, you'll see me tilting my head to the side, or it looks like I'm leaning forward, taking a big bite out of my coffee. Most of the time this will be right after going over some rough terrain or something. Well, there's a reason for that. Sometime last year, Tim Hortons changed their lids. The old lids were flat. I never had an issue with them at all. Some people complain about them leaking or whatever, but I've never had that problem. When you open them, the entire side of the lid opens, including the rim. So it's like when you're taking a drink, your mouth's right directly against the cup itself. And if the seam is somewhere other than in that opening, then they have a tendency to leak at that seam. But the easy solution, just turn the lid so that the seam is against the edge of the opening, and that solves the problem completely. The only other issue with leaking is if every once in a while you'll get the top of the cup where it's rolled, that the lid pops onto, there'll be a dent in it or something, it'll leak there. But that's got nothing to do with the lid, that's the cup. And that's the only time I've ever had one leak, is when that dent was there, and that's very rare. So, anyways, they decided they were going to upgrade their lids. The new style, well, they have a Canada flag, well, maple leaf, so I guess that makes it more Canadian, right? That's the only good thing of them. In the picture I took here, you can't really tell. Okay, the old lid's on the left and the new lid's on the right. You can't really tell from this angle, but the center of the lid sticks up a lot farther. So, in a time where everybody's complaining about plastic use, they're making lids that use more plastic. So it doesn't make sense to me right off the start. So the issue I have with these, on the old lid, the vent hole is right directly in the center. Not an issue. On the new one, the vent hole is right near the edge. So if you start hitting bumps or just any kind of shaking of the cup, when the coffee inside splashes around, where's it hit? It hits the edges, and it goes upward. So it goes straight up to this frickin' vent hole and splashes out all over the place. So that may be a minor issue for some, but here's the problem. On the old lid, around the outside, there's like a little trough, and anything spills out, it goes into that, and when you take a drink, it just kind of runs downhill right to your mouth where you're drinking from. Not a problem. On the new lid, that ridge is still there, and that trough goes all the way around, and because this stupid thing is sticking up so far, your mouth is actually away from the cup itself. So when you tip it to drink, it comes down the trough and then spills all over your chin. And like I said, it's very annoying, and it's impossible to do anything. So when you see me tilting my head to the side, I'm kind of slurping the coffee out of that trough, so when I take a drink, it doesn't dump all over me. It's amazing. By the time I get home, I got coffee all over my lap before I even open the cup. It's insane. So, the other issue is with these new lids is because your mouth is so far away from the top of the cup now, when you're drinking, it's actually forcing the coffee to go past the rim of the cup itself. So if that dent happens to be there, or any kind of flaw in the cup, it's going to leak out under the lid, before it even gets to your mouth. So it's such a stupid design. They say it's been tested in all kinds of different situations. Well, yeah, I call BS on that one. Nobody's tested these stupid things. So I come up with a solution. And the biggest issue I have is that vent hole. So I got me a thumbtack, stuck it in the hole, problem solved. Yes, I do have emoji tacks. I had a project a couple years ago that I needed tacks for, and I went to the dollar store, and all they had was the big plastic tacks that you push in and grab onto and pull out again. They didn't. All they had for like flathead tacks was these emoji ones, so that's what I had to get. So that's okay. So what's funny about this is when I took this picture with my phone, and I'm not sure if all phones do it, but generally they have facial recognition. So if you're taking a picture of somebody, it focuses directly on the face. Well, it was kind of funny because the camera picked up this emoji as a face and it focused on it. And it kind of made me laugh. I've never met anybody that looks like that, but okay, either way. So this kind of solves the problem. On really, really big bumps, yeah, it'll still splash out, but it'll come out from where you actually drink it from. So I haven't totally completely solved the problem, but I've improved it a lot, and I don't have as much coffee on my clothes by the time I get home as I used to. So if anybody from Tim Hortons is watching, your new lids suck. I wish you'd go back to the old ones. When it first came out, there was a lot of complaints about it, and they went back to the old ones for a while, and then they brought the new ones back, then they went back to the old. I think they're just kind of, just, well, it didn't work right away, we'll just wait for a bit, and then we'll throw it back in again. Just, either way, I hate the new lids, they suck. I wish you'd go back to the old ones. I guess that's all I have to say about that. Rant over. So while I got the pictured up, I'm going to explain the writing for those of you who don't have Tim Hortons or don't buy from Tim Hortons. The D with the 2 lines it stands for double double. I don't know why, but they always write what's on them. If I'm just buying, one single drink, they don't need to do that. If you buy a whole bunch of them, like a tray of them or whatever, and they're all different, then they'll write on them, and you can tell which one's which. But most of the time, if I just buy one for myself, they still write on it. So that double D is like a double double. I call that a Disney D because it looks like the Disney D. The one on the left is steep tea double double, also known as STD. And sometimes if I get a dark roast, it'll say Dr. D. So that's what the writing is, if you're wondering. So what I do now when I get a new coffee is, if I still got the old cup, I'll leave the tack in it and just toss it in the basket. And if I don't have the old cup, then I stick the tack in the rubber seal on my mirror. So when I get the new coffee, just kind of transfer the tack over. You can see me here pulling it out of the rubber. And as you can see, putting my gloves on, it's still cold. I actually got another round of snow. We didn't get much this time. It's kind of a dusting. But temperature is coming up. Next weekend looks to be pretty nice. Got 18 and 19 in there. And of course, with the warm weather comes the rain. But at least the temperature's warming up. I can deal with that. So I wasn't really sure what today's video was going to be. I haven't really gone out a whole lot with the weather being cooler, and I'm kind of limiting how far I go each day because the wheel bearings and the ball joints that need to be changed, I haven't got to that yet. Ball joints are easy, changing the front tires are easy, but I'm just kind of putting off changing the bearings because I know how much of a problem that's going to be. So until that's done, I can't really do the ball joints because I can't do an alignment with the wheel wobbling all over the place. So I just I gotta get that done before I really go too far. So I've been kind of concentrating a lot on updating the internal website that I run on my computer to make my life easier. Had some necessary updating to do, and it takes a lot of concentration. And if I make a stupid mistake, it messes everything, one character out of place, messes everything up. I seem to be spending more time trying to figure out what I've done wrong than actually getting things accomplished. And so once this is all finished, it's not all related to YouTube, but once it's all finished, I have a lot of data that I'm going to have to re-enter manually that I can't do automatically. I suppose I could, but that would be more programming, and I just, no. So what I'm doing now is, there's a lot of YouTube channels that I follow each day. Well, just plain follow. But not all of them upload videos every day. There's some that upload maybe once a month, others once a week, and they don't need to be checked every day. So rather than using excessive bandwidth on something that's not necessary, I just kind of separate those. And the ones that go every day, upload every day, then I check those every day. So basically what I'm doing is YouTube tends to unsubscribe people for whatever reason from different channels, and unless you realize you haven't seen a video from that channel, you're not gonna know. So I got my own solution for that. I know I've explained this before, but I got my own solution with this website that I run in my computer. I do a daily check, and it just I put in the channels that I'm watching, and it looks for new uploads. So it doesn't matter whether I'm subscribed or not, and YouTube can't mess with that. Well, they do by changing the coding on their pages, which is why I have to do updates now and then to kind of get things back to normal, figure out what they've changed, and just kind of work from there. So anyways, I got to the intersection here, and I look up the street, and the sidewalk's gone, and so I can't go up the sidewalk, and the construction vehicles are... Yeah, Smokey just knocked my mouse over. Scared himself too, didn't you? And construction vehicles kind of constructing in the middle of the road, so kind of going around the block this time. You can kind of see me taking a bite out of my coffee. Got over some bumpy terrain there. Coffee squirted out. Here's kind of a comical update. Remember that backpack that was sitting on the rock? Well, apparently somebody wanted it, and they just wanted the backpack. They just kind of dumped out the contents and took it with them. Now we're heading into the rainy days, and I'm sitting here waiting for somebody, and that somebody is coming to buy my Canon. Yes, I'm selling my Canon. I never thought I would ever do that, but they were looking for a camera, and it just happened to be a Canon camera I was looking at. And I got thinking about it. I said, well, I've only used it once since I've been here. And anytime I do go out, I take my Fuji with me because it's less cumbersome. It does video. It's just more versatile, I guess you could say. So if I really need to, I still got it. And I got all these accessories for the Canon I'll probably never use again anyway, so I figured what the heck. So what am I going to use this money for? Well, that's a surprise. I haven't completely decided yet, but I'm going to upgrade something I've wanted for a while, and I just never really wanted to spend the money on it. So I've got it picked out on Amazon already. It's sitting there waiting. I still haven't made that final decision. I haven't clicked that buy now button just yet, but I'm seriously thinking about it. So hopefully it won't take too long. It is stocked by Amazon and it is in stock, so it's not like it's coming from the other side of the world or anything and it's going to take a month or two. So hopefully sometime this month or early June I will have a nice surprise, a nice unboxing, and I'm hoping it's worth the money. I suspect it is, but I'm hoping. Same brand that I already use. I already know the brand. It's just a major upgrade. So anyways, I went out and I felt like going all the way out to my far sitting place at the river. The last couple of times I've gone out, I just stopped at the first one because the state of the ball joints and the bearings, and I just didn't feel like driving all the way out there and all that bumpy ground, but today I did. And it stopped raining shortly after I left, so I kind of sat here for a while and switched the camera over, took it out of the waterproof case, put it in the open frame. When I switched the camera over, I wanted to make sure I cleaned the lens, but the dirt's still there. And when I cleaned it, I moved the filter, the polarizing filter, so I'm just checking and make sure all the reflections are still gone. And when I first saw it, I'm thinking, okay, I know I cleaned the lens, or the filter. I cleaned it with alcohol, so it should be clean. I'm thinking, well, if the dirt's still there, it must be on the inside. So I'm going to have to take the filters off and clean the inside. But now that I've moved the polarizer filter, it's in two parts. And the outer part of it turns, so somehow the dirt must have got in between the two parts of the filter, the two separate lenses. I'm not sure how that happens. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to clean that or not. So I'm kind of confused, and at the same time, I don't know what to do about it. The polarizing filters aren't cheap, but it's not like I can buy another one. So, I don't know. And I'm sitting here for a bit, and I start hearing this noise. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Can't figure out what it is, or what direction I'm hearing it from. But after a while, I just realized it was coming from up on the hill. And my first thought was a tractor. And I got looking and it's like, that's not a tractor. So I'm thinking, okay, if he's driving through a field, he's going pretty fast. So, when I got home, I checked and, oh, look at that. There's a road up there. So, and it answers that question, clears up the mystery. There's one more thing I thought I was going to get to, but given how long this video has gotten already, I'm going to kind of hold that till the next one. Instead, I'm going to show you a beautiful day tour before the rain started. And instead of playing music this time, I am going to play a fire department call. It's actually two calls in one. These simultaneous calls seem to be getting more common. This one I thought was going to be upsetting because one of the calls was for a collision between a car and a Mennonite horse and buggy, and I don't like those calls because they are generally fatal. So I didn't want to listen to it, so I went downstairs and made a coffee. So it turns out they don't really say much in this. And I've looked and looked and looked through news sources tonight before I made this video, and I can't find any information at all, so I'm going to assume that's good news, because if it was a fatal, then, you know, it would have made the news for sure. So I'm going to take that as good news. So, I guess that's it for this video. Well, thanks for watching.
Fire, Blythe Station. This is an information page and an information page only. Wingham Fire is responding to 40717 Beeline Road for a possible grass fire. Again, Blythe Fire, this is an information page only. It's May 12, 2020 at 17:33. Attention, North Huron Fire, Wingham Station. North Huron Fire, Wingham Station, please respond. 40717 Beeline Road for a possible grass fire. No buildings, lots of smoke and flames. Again, it's 40717 Beeline Road between Salem Road and Gilmore Line. Wingham Fire, please respond. It's May 12, 2020 at 17:33.
Fire dispatch, North Huron Car 4.
Car 4, go ahead.
Car 4 acknowledges page for the Wingham Station to 40717 Beeline Road for possible grass fire. Wingham Station will be responding.
Roger that. Car 4 acknowledges page 173417.
Car 4, Car 3. Fire dispatch, North Huron Engine 1.
Engine 1, go ahead.
Engine 1 responding to possible brush fire. Alpha +5 belted.
Roger that. Engine 1, you're responding. Alpha +5 belted at 1736.
Fire dispatch, control car 2, car 4 responding.
Fire unit calling dispatch. Your transmission didn't come through. If you could 10-9.
Oh, dispatch, me and my radios. It's car 2 and car 4 are responding.
Roger that. Car 2 and car 4 responding. 173705.
Fire dispatch, tank 4 responding, Charlie +1.
Roger that. Tanker 4 responding.
Car 4, car 3. Go ahead, car 3, car 4. Go ahead, car 3. Car 3, Alpha. Go ahead, Alpha, car 3. Having radio issues with command 5, go ahead. Unit 10 is on its way. If you need more water, you just have to holler. Roger that. Fire dispatch, this is ladder 2, responding. 6 on board, 5 on board with Delta belted.
Attention, North Huron Blythe Fire. Attention, North Huron Blythe Fire. Please respond with EMS at 38115 Glens Hill Road. 38115 Glens Hill Road between Prosperity Line and St. Augustine Line for a buggy versus vehicle. Unknown injuries, woman, child, and horse involved. Attention, North Huron Blythe Fire. Attention, North Huron Blythe Fire. Please respond. 38115 Glens Hill Road. 38115 Glens Hill Road between Prosperity Line and St. Augustine Line for a buggy versus vehicle. Unknown injuries, unknown COVID. That's 38115 Glens Hill. Time of second page, 1740 on May 12th.
Alpha car 3. One, that grass fire is just up here on Salem. Roger that. Engine 1, car 3. Go ahead, car 3. When you get on scene, will you give me an update whether you need Unit 10? We have a second call, a car accident right now. Roger that. Car 3, call car 4. Fire dispatch, North Huron Tank 9, responding to St. Augustine Line, Glens Hill Road. Hotel plus 4 Belton.
Roger, responding, Tank 9 Hotel plus 4, 1741.
Engine 1 is back here. Just stepped up brow of the hill. Fire dispatch, you can total Tank 4 on scene.
Roger that.
Car 3, call car 2. Go ahead, car 2, car 3. Yeah, car 2, I want all the vehicles responding from the Blythe station to be redirected to that second call. This first fire is minor in nature. I'm en route as well. I don't know if these dispatch can hear my radios. I'm on my third one. Back, car 3, or car 2. Rescue 7, car 3. Copy that transmission. We'll cut across Westfield Road. Firm that, 7. We'll just drop a line off Tank 4, Engine 1. Ladder 2, you can clear and return to Wingham Station. Fire dispatch, North Huron Command. All Wingham units that are on the primary fire call, please stay off the radio until we sort the second one out, okay?
Fire dispatch to command, you can go ahead.
Fire dispatch, car 2.
Car 2, go ahead.
It's not a good time to have my radios not working, but I'm going to have radio silence on the first fire call. It's very minor in nature. We're going to redirect everything to the second call, okay?
Roger that, 174405.
You can show car 2 en route to the Glens Hill call.
Roger that, car 2, you're en route to Glens Hill, 174423.
Fire dispatch, engine 6.
Engine 6, go ahead.
Engine 6, car 3, Foxtrot plus 2 Belton, responding.
Roger that, engine 6 and car 3 responding, plus 2 at 1744.
Fire dispatch, you can show rescue 7, Gulf plus 2 Belton, with unit 10 responding to the second call, Glens Hill Road.
Roger that, rescue 7 responding, Golf plus 2 belted at 1745, 27.
Fire dispatch, this is Tank 8.
Tank 8, go ahead.
Tank 8 responding to Glen Hill Road, 2 belted.
Roger that, Tank 8. This is
Tank 8, car 3. Tank 8, go. You can stand down. We got 3 trucks on rolling to the scene anyway. We're good for blockers. Roger that. Returning to station. Fire dispatch. Tank 8.
Go ahead, Tank 8.
Tank 8 is returning to the Blythe station.
Roger that, returning to station 175105.
Tank 9, Rescue 7. Go ahead, 7, that's 9. Yeah, do you want to split your team in there into 2 crews? I'll have one of each of my guys coming to assist each one of your crew. Roger that, we'll split our guys into 2 crews. Fire dispatch, car 3.
Car 3, go ahead.
Dispatch, can I just make sure we got both EMS and OPP responding to this second scene, please?
10-4, it was called in by ambulance. I'll give OPP a call and make sure they're attending.
Car 3, Rescue 7, we're just turning on Glenhill Road. EMS is right ahead of us. Confirm that, 7. And OPV is right behind us. Unit, and I've got a second one just going by me now, so they're going to get there. Confirm that, 7.
Fire dispatch, copied as well. OPP and EMS en route.
Fire dispatch, you can show Rescue 7 arriving on scene. We have EMS already on scene. OPP is right behind us. Gulf will be command will be mobile.
Roger that, Rescue 7 on scene with EMS and OPP. 175509. Gulf will be in command.
Dispatch, Tank 9 on scene as well.
Roger that, take 9 on scene, 175526.
Dispatch, you can show car 2 arriving scene as well.
Roger that, car 2 on scene, 175542.
Fire dispatch, this is not
Fire unit calling, if you could try again, your transmission's not coming through.
Fire dispatch, Northern Command.
Go ahead, command.
EMS on scene has this under control. Fire is not going to be needed. We're going to be released shortly.
Roger that, command. 175648.
Fire dispatch, Northern Command.
Command, go ahead.
Yeah, dispatch. EMS has cleared fire. All units are returning to station.
Roger that, command. You have been cleared by EMS and all units returning to station 175802. Fire dispatch to the North Huron unit on B-line.
Yeah, go ahead, dispatch.
OPP, we're tier to the B-line call. We have no information that you've cleared. Can you confirm whether you've cleared or not?
Yeah, roger that. We have cleared and we are back at station. You could actually download this call. I don't think OPP is required to that, but if they're en route, that's okay.
Roger, negative. They're on scene and can't locate you. I'll advise they can cancel.